Overnight, special counsel Jack Smith claims there was enough evidence to convict Donald Trump at trial for his actions on January 6, 2021. The newly released special counsel report by Jack Smith reveals that Donald Trump would have likely faced conviction for his attempts to overturn the 2020 election results. The report details extensive evidence of Trump's pressure tactics on state officials and his promotion of false voter fraud claims. As public sentiment shifts, many undecided voters are expressing concern over Trump's actions, raising critical questions about election integrity and accountability. What does this mean for Trump's political future? Stay tuned as we explore the implications of this pivotal moment in American democracy. The Department of Justice has released a significant report from special counsel Jack Smith detailing his investigation into former President Donald Trump's actions during the 2020 presidential election. This 137-page report meticulously outlines the findings from Smith's 2-year investigation. At its core, it asserts that Trump engaged in a series of unlawful actions aimed at reversing his electoral defeat to Joe Biden. Among the most striking allegations is that Trump pressured state officials to change election results, promoted false claims of widespread voter fraud, and incited his supporters to storm the Capitol on January 6, 2021. Smith emphasized that these actions reflect a clear intent to undermine the democratic process. He provides detailed accounts of how Trump orchestrated a campaign to appoint fraudulent electors and disseminated misinformation about voting irregularities. This is not merely political maneuvering, according to the report. These actions constitute criminal behavior that threatens the very foundation of democracy. One particularly notable aspect of Smith's findings is his discussion of judicial limitations. The report highlights the Justice Department's long-standing policy against prosecuting sitting presidents, which significantly influenced how this case was handled. Smith stated that to have acted differently, based on the facts uncovered, would have meant neglecting his responsibilities as a prosecutor and public servant. This raises important questions about accountability for presidential conduct and whether any individual is above the law. The report also outlines how Trump's actions were not isolated incidents, but part of a broader pattern of deceitful behavior aimed at undermining electoral integrity. Smith describes Trump's efforts as a systematic attempt to weaponize false claims of election fraud to achieve political ends. The implications of these findings are profound, especially as Trump prepares to assume office once again. Before we move on, make sure to like and subscribe for all the updates you need. Let's continue. The implications of Smith's report are particularly significant considering Trump's recent re-election as president. While he currently enjoys certain protections associated with his position, the findings raise critical questions about potential future legal challenges. Legal experts suggest that had Trump not been re-elected, he would have faced serious charges for his actions related to election interference. The evidence compiled by Smith's team is described as sufficient to secure a conviction if pursued in court. Although criminal charges were not pursued following Trump's electoral victory, ongoing investigations into his conduct may continue if new evidence emerges, or if circumstances change, such as shifts in political power. Prosecutors could revisit these cases. This situation sets a precedent regarding accountability for actions taken by a sitting president and could open doors for broader discussions about presidential power and its limits under U.S. law. Moreover, Smith's report serves as a significant historical document that details not only Trump's alleged misconduct, but also the challenges faced by prosecutors in pursuing justice against a former president. The report outlines how Trump's use of social media to intimidate witnesses and influence public opinion complicated the investigation. Prosecutors had to navigate these challenges carefully while upholding their commitment to justice. As expected, Trump's reaction to the release of Smith's report was swift and defiant. He took to social media platforms to assert his innocence and criticized Smith and the Justice Department in his posts. Trump labeled Smith as a clueless prosecutor and claimed that any legal actions against him were politically motivated attempts to undermine his presidency. He expressed frustration over what he perceives as an unjust targeting by federal authorities. Support from some Republican allies further amplified Trump's narrative, with many echoing his sentiments that the special counsel's investigation was an overreach and part of a broader effort to discredit him politically. This response reflects a continual American politics and how historical context shapes the understanding of such events. Trump's alleged efforts to overturn an election represent an unprecedented challenge to democratic principles in modern U.S. history. While past presidents have faced scrutiny for various actions during their terms, few have attempted such overt manipulation of electoral outcomes. This investigation may influence how future administrations handle electoral disputes and engage with legal authorities. As Special Counsel Smith noted in his concluding remarks, the department's view that the Constitution prohibits the continued indictment and prosecution of a president is categorical. This statement encapsulates the complex interplay between legal norms and political realities in contemporary governance. As we reflect on these findings, it is crucial to consider their implications for the political landscape and how they may shape future elections and governance in America. The report serves as a cautionary tale about the fragility of democratic institutions and highlights the importance of upholding electoral integrity. The report released by Special Counsel Jack Smith is a comprehensive document that meticulously details the evidence against Trump regarding his attempts to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence highlighted in the report is Trump's direct communication with state officials. The report indicates that Trump pressured officials in key battleground states to alter the election results in his favor, using tactics that included threats and misinformation. For example, Smith's team documented instances where Trump allegedly urged officials to find votes and overturn the certified results. This pressure campaign is characterized as a blatant attempt to subvert democracy. Additionally, the report outlines how Trump promoted false claims of widespread voter fraud, knowing full well that these assertions were unfounded. This deliberate dissemination of misinformation not only misled the public, but also incited unrest among his supporters. Furthermore, the report provides detailed accounts of Trump's involvement in organizing rallies and events that culminated in the violent insurrection at the Capitol on January 6, 2021. Smith emphasizes that Trump's rhetoric during these events directly contributed to the chaos that unfolded, raising serious questions about his accountability for inciting violence against law enforcement officers and other individuals present at the Capitol. The evidence compiled by Smith's team is described as sufficient to secure a conviction if pursued in court. The comprehensive nature of this evidence underscores the gravity of Trump's actions and their potential consequences for American democracy. As news of Smith's findings spreads, public sentiment is likely to shift significantly. The report's revelations about Trump's actions have already begun to influence opinions among various voter demographics. Polls conducted shortly after the report's release indicate that a substantial portion of voters, particularly undecided ones, are expressing increased concern over Trump's behavior during and after the election. For many of Trump's supporters, however, the reaction may be mixed. While some may continue to defend him vehemently, others may start to question their support, considering the concrete evidence presented in Smith's report. The findings could serve as a wake-up call for those who have previously dismissed allegations against Trump as politically motivated attacks. Moreover, independent voters are likely to play a crucial role in shaping future elections based on their reactions to these developments. As they absorb information about Trump's alleged misconduct, their perceptions could significantly impact electoral outcomes in upcoming races. The polarization surrounding Trump means that public opinion will likely remain divided. However, this report may catalyze change among those who are undecided or on the fence about their support for him. The implications for future elections could be profound, as voters grapple with questions about integrity and accountability. U.S. District Judge Aileen Cannon has played a pivotal role in facilitating the release of Smith's report. Appointed by Trump himself, Judge Cannon recently ruled that portions of the special counsel's findings could be made public after previously blocking their disclosure. Her decision marks a significant moment in an ongoing legal battle concerning transparency and accountability In her ruling, Judge Cannon rejected motions from Trump's former co-defendant, aimed at preventing the release of critical information related to allegations of election interference. By allowing this report to be disclosed, she has opened discussions about judicial oversight and its role in high-profile political cases. Cannon's previous rulings have drawn scrutiny from various